Live from Dodger Stadium, we've got baseball on the show. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. First pitch coming your way next. And taking the ball for the Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man. Not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous. Sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters, and a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
Just about to get started, Jacob Marcy getting ready to hit. And that's how he gets started here in Los Angeles. Fair ball. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's into scoring position with a leadoff double. Maybe a chance for our first run here.
Second, first baseman.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Kyle Stowers in the box, lays off for ball one. Marcy stands at second with no outs.
On a night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. Man at second. In the air, right field. Tucker on the move. And he makes the catch. Runner tags at second. And he's in safely at third with one out.
Batting third.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. The sluggers in this lineup might not be too happy about the fact that the wind is blowing in today, Chris.
Yeah, and you hear pitchers talk about how good it feels when the wind is at their back. And for hitters, you almost feel like beyond just the pitcher coming at you, you've got this other force coming against you. So important to try to get on top of the ball in terms of hitting line drives, maybe really hard ground balls with a good exit velocity that'll get you a base hit, because it's very frustrating. You just hit one on the screws, think it's going to go out of the ballpark, and an outfielder is camped underneath it in front of the warning track. Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
Here's a 1-2. Out towards right center field. Brings it in. 2 away.
Now, that's a tough play for the infielder, ranging back into the outfield. There's part of him that's saying, hey, where you at, outfielder? Call me off. But he stayed focused and made a nice catch right there.
Xavier Edwards gets a chance to hit here. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Base hit. In comes the first run of the game as the Marlins take the lead.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with a pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
2 outs, runner at first. Here's the catcher, Liam Hicks. Inside.
Inside.
And that's ball one.
Ball 2.
Quick move to first. Edwards back on a dive.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
2-2 now. Got it. That's out number 3. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first, and getting to start for Miami, Jansen Junk. And Chris, pitching on the road has not been particularly kind to him.
Yeah, and you don't want to be too quick to say that he can't pitch on the road. Sometimes, it's just a matter of luck. It's not having a feel. Difference between the bullpen mound to the mound out there on the playing field. Don't know what it is, but I know this. He's got good enough stuff to overcome and get it done on the road as well as at home. So we'll see what he's able to do in this one.
That one catches the zone. That is strike 2.
Ball 1.
Battling here as he fouls it away. Fouls it off, still 1-2. In the air to left center. Hernandez settles under this one. And there's one down. Here's the Dodgers lineup now. They do a lot of things well in this offense, Singy. They control the strike zone. They make pitchers work hard for outs. And as a result, one of the better OBP teams in the league.
Yeah, and what I love is it's an organizational philosophy, Boog. From instructional league to spring training, they practice this approach consistently, even in BP. When players are called up, they fit in right away, and that leads to success.
Freddie Freeman, batting with one down, takes a strike. Hit on the ground to short. Handles, throws to first. Here tonight, an efficient start to the home first, 2 away.
Batting third, left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
2 outs, base is empty. Now the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez. And a foul ball. Foul ball there. Two down, nobody on.
Nope.
Swing and a miss, struck him out, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. Dodgers down in order. They're down 1-0. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Marlins, Owen Casey.
Trying to backdoor him with that slider right there, but just missed off the plate. Good pitch, though. Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
The 1-1.
Ball 2.
And that drops in for a strike. Breaking ball in there, got him looking. 1 out in the second.
I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift in a 2-strike count, but sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Connor Norby, the next to hit, takes ball 1. That one a little bit high, and the count now 2-0. Gary Simmons, our plate umpire today, sort of has a reputation as a pitcher's umpire.
Yeah, a little bit of a wider zone than most, I'd say. And a wide zone can be tough to deal with as a hitter because you have to start expanding what you're looking for, covering both sides. And with the stuff pitchers have today, you're just not going to have a lot of success.
That one is upstairs. Sliced hard but foul.
Look out. That ball was smoked. Man, I am so relieved that they have this netting down the lines. Just ensures safety for the fans. Last thing as a player, you want to look up and see a fan get hit.
And that'll get down for a hit. And that's a one-out single.
Yeah, you'll take it. Little jam shot down in the off the fists, but just powered it out to the outfield. You'll take that all night long.
Now, Graham Pauley. Here's a guy who's been struggling so far this year. It's only late April, but still hoping he'll turn it around soon. Oh, 1 down. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2.
Ball.
Runner on the go. Breaking ball, and that got him.
Batting ninth, left fielder, Heriberto.
So up next, Heriberto Hernandez. Swing and a miss. That one at 99. And it's 0-2. Runners at first and second with one gone here at the top of the second. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Headed for the plate. Now a long throw home. Safe. And the runner from second scores on the play. And they lead by 2.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
First and second, 1 out. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins.
Ball 1.
Could use a ground ball here. Something in the infield. Runner at first base. Get 2, get out of this.
Two on, 1 out. Late swing, foul to the left.
Pretty good pitch to take a pass at in a 1-0 count. Just not able to square it up.
Fastball for a strike. Marcy wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. And the strike is overturned after review. They'll keep their remaining challenge. Next offering is foul back. That one to first. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it. Still able to get it there in time. He keeps his composure and they get the out.
This is what it's all about on that right side of the diamond when you've got the first baseman involved and the pitcher as well. First baseman does a great job, knocks the ball down, gets away from a little bit, doesn't panic. The pitcher's exactly where he's supposed to be. Nice feed and a nice play for the out.
Next to hit, Kyle Stowers. Flied to right his first time. On the ground, Rojas. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But the RBI single pushes across a run. It's now a 2-0 ball game. Back here at Dodger Stadium, and at the plate for the Dodgers, Andy Pages. Fought off foul.
That's
really
outside.
good take, especially with 2 strikes.
One, two now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. Here's a 1-2. Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
Tucker in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. The 0-1. This one ripped, but foul to the right. 0-2 now.
Too close for me, partner, to take that 0-2 fastball, but for whatever reasons, he let it go by. He's still in the at-bat. I don't think he'll let the next one go.
Set down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Tucker wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. And that one did miss. And the strike is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. This one's smoked on its way out of here. He sends one out the opposite way, and they're on the board. It's 2-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Knew what pitch he wanted to hit, spent on some other pitches in this at-bat, was very patient, and it paid off.
One down. Miguel Rojas at the plate. First pitch misses. Right through there for a strike. Up the middle, and it hits the base. Throw not in time. It's an unlikely infield single.
Well, anything can happen once the ball deflects off the base. Do you get a good bounce or a bad bounce? Your guess is as good as mine.
So digging in, Dalton rushing. That one finds the zone. That one finds the zone. And it's 0-1. Fouled off. He was late. Oh, 0-2 now. Popped up. Lopez gets under it. Makes the grab.
Batting 8th, third baseman, Santiago Espinal.
Now it's going to be Santiago Espinal. Here's 0-1. Out towards left center. Hernandez should have this one. And that is that. The Dodgers do get one back on the solo home run. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. Top half of the third inning. And now for the Marlins, Otto Lopez. Lopez, 27 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. The 1-0. Right through there for a strike. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-2. Fights it off. He'll see another. And a 1-2 again. On the ground, right side. And that one handled. The throw to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one.
Xavier Edwards.
Xavier Edwards now at the plate. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. That one fouled off. Here comes the 0-1. Popped up left side. And that'll fall for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Didn't exactly square that one up, but sometimes you don't have to. Kind of your classic jam shot blooper right there. Made a good pitch on the inside. Gotten to hit it off the handle, but he still muscled it out there. You just have to tip your cap on the mound.
And now Liam Hicks.
Hey.
Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss as he gets him to chase upstairs.
The high fastball, particularly for young hitters, can be hard to lay off of because you see it so well at eye level, but it's really hard to catch up and get that top hand to work on time.
Good job to fight that one off. Inside, almost got him.
Well, you've got to establish the inside part of the plate early, and that sends a message not just to this hitter, but to the rest of the lineup as well.
In the dirt to second, but he's in there easily. And now a man into scoring position.
Really good read by the runner there. His secondary lead, he anticipates the trajectory going down and gets a really nice jump up to second base. Now he's in scoring position, and he's taken away the double play opportunity.
Man at second. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
The healthy cut, tough pitch at 98, but a really good pass at the ball.
And the sweeper misses. Catcher challenge. Will take another look. And it's a called strike after the review. Still 2 challenges left for them. Now here is Owen Casey. Struck out looking at his first at bat.
It's been such a good hitter with runners in scoring position. Some guys just take it to another level. For him right now at the plate, it's like everyone else is in slow motion and he's in full speed.
Man on second, 2 down. Strike 2.
More and more guys are looking to slug regardless of the count. In this situation, we'll keep a close eye on his approach.
Ball 1.
Towards first, and Freeman, the Gold Glover, makes the play. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. One left for Miami as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Back here at Chavez Ravine, set for the bottom of the third. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Ripped, but it curls foul. Rips that one to right. One up, one down.
Up next for the Dodgers, designated hitter.
Back to the top of the Dodgers order. Shohei Ohtani up to the dish. He's 0 for 1. Close one, doesn't get the call. And that's ball 1. Next offering is fouled back. The 1-1. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well executed pitch on the outside part of the plate.
Here's Freddie Freeman now. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And the tying run is on base.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Here's Teoscar Hernandez. Went down on strikes his first time through. And that one is lifted in the air. Hernandez has a beat on it. And that will end the inning. So one hit is all they get. 3 innings complete. It's the Marlins 2 and the Dodgers 1. As we go to the top of the 4th. Now here's the Marlins DH, Connor Norby.
You know, these Marlins showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
The 1-0.
Ball 2.
And an ABS challenge coming from behind the dish. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Down.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball.
100 miles an hour, foul that off. That's a good piece of swinging. I won't say hitting because he didn't get a knock, but a good piece of swinging to keep the at-bat alive.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Well, pitchers have become so much better at commanding that high fastball. It used to be that a lot of pitchers didn't like to throw it because it'd throw off their release point and their mechanics, and they're aimed at keeping everything at the knees, get ground balls. But because hitters get a swing path that can lift balls at the knees up in the air and over the fence, this pitch has come back into play, and they are doing some special things with it.
2 quick outs here in the top of the 4th.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
2 down, bases empty. Heriberto Hernandez, the next up for the Marlins. RBI single his last time up. And that's in there at the knees for a strike.
I don't like to say he wasted a pitch. I think that was a purpose pitch. Change the eye level, have him look up. Now go back exactly where you want to go.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. Nope. 3-2 now.
That's inside.
Kind of backed up on him there. I think it just slid out of the hand a little bit too soon.
And that's a strikeout looking. Now 5 strikeouts for him on the mound. Miami down in order. They lead it 2-1. Back here in LA, bottom of the 4th, Andy Pages steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. If you're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Got him swinging for the K. Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the bump today.
Well, I'd say he pretty much had to offer at that one. You don't want to leave it in the umpire's hands. Even though it ended up outside the zone, it still was close enough to where it looked like it could drop down right on that corner and get the call. Last thing you want to do is get punched out by the umpire knowing you could have at least fouled the pitch off and kept the at-bat going.
Here's Kyle Tucker. He's already homered here in this one. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. And the 0-1. Late with the swing there.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Next one just misses. And it's 1-2.
Didn't get the result he wanted, but that's a nice pitch right there.
Stays alive. The Marlins up by a run. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Fights that one away, still 1-2.
This guy's a fun guy to watch taking at bat. He just battles up there. He doesn't take a pitch off at all. Makes it so difficult on the pitchers out there. You can tell they get frustrated with how long it takes to put him away.
Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Up next for the Dodgers.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Miguel Rojas steps to the plate for the Dodgers. Reached on an infield single his first time.
Nope. Ball 1.
Pitch is in there, and it's 1-1.
That's in. Ball 2.
That one missed. And that one ripped to left. That is the inning. So they go quietly there. On to the top of the fifth we go. It's the Marlins 2 and the Dodgers 1. We're back, and there's a new arm on the mound to start the fifth. Blake Trinan.
Just trying to keep this one close here, and this is where a bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Here's the center fielder, Jacob Marcy, 1 for 2. Hey! The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Here's the 0-2.
Ball, that pitch is up.
Swing and a miss. And he's down on strikes. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the fifth. Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Stowers.
First baseman, Kyle Stowers.
Taken high in the draft, he's had that top prospect label over him since he put on a professional uniform. But at some point, that starts to go away, and you've got to produce at the big league level.
Ball.
Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Up next for the Marlins, shortstop
Otto Lopez, the next up for the Marlins. In the dirt. That one almost got him.
Last 2 pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, you're going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
Next pitch downstairs. 3 balls, no strikes. And ball 4, 2 aboard.
4 pitches. That's an easy walk, man. He could have walked me right there, Boo. The last one wasn't even close.
First and second, 1 out. Xavier Edwards. And a dangerous hitter coming to the plate.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
And that one fouled off. Runners at first and second with 1 gone, and we're at the top of the fifth.
Ball.
Fastball almost got him there.
Tough spot right here. A couple runners on. 2-ball count. You can't nibble, but you have to execute and finish your pitch. If you leave something out over the plate, it's going to bring in some runs.
This one in the air right field. That's a base hit. Fires it to the plate. Save! In comes the run from second. And they lead by 2.
Well, there you go. The RBI machine. Another clutch run scoring at bat.
Yeah, he's been so good in these situations. Call it clutch if you want, but his resume speaks for itself. Runners at the corners here, 1 away. Liam Hicks will hit next. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. Runners are at the corners, one away. And a swing and a miss there.
Big pitch right here. He's going to try to make a pitch that's going to produce a strikeout or a ground ball double play.
And the 0-2. Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Well, they've had a great plan of attack for him tonight. I mean, finding all the holes in his swing and his approach, just frustrating for him up there. You strike out a guy 3 times in a game, I think that guy's got to go back and really study some video with his hitting coach, figure out how they're beating him, make this adjustment really quick, because word will get around the league in a hurry.
So the Dodgers have a new arm on the mound, Edgardo Henriquez. He's been so good against lefties. And up next for Miami, Owen Casey.
That's a little high.
There.
Ball 1.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Hey!
Line drive, that's a base hit. Runner in from third to extend their lead. It's an RBI single, and they take a 3-run lead.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
First and second, 2 outs. Connor Norby, the next up for the Marlins. Nice grab. Throw to first. Nicely done for the out. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Marlins 4 and the Dodgers 1. Back here at Dodger Stadium, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Dalton Rushing steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
You know, these Dodgers, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Stowers takes it to the bag, and the leadoff hitter retired in the 5th. Now the third baseman, Santiago Espinal, flied to left his first time. Tapped softly on the ground. Slings it across. Home half of the 5th inning, moving along. 2 quick outs.
For the Dodgers, shortstop Ha-Seong Kim.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ha-Seong Kim. He's 0 for 1.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through 1 more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning. It's the Marlins 4 and the Dodgers 1. Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. So up next,
Leading
Graham
off for
Pauley.
Miami, third baseman Graham Pauley.
Pulled hard, but it's a foul ball. And now the 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Ball one there. That one close, ruled a ball. It's 2-2.
That's one you always want as a pitcher, down at the knees, and it looks to me like he's barking. That's a strike. Doesn't change the call, but sometimes it helps to let that frustration out a little bit.
Strikes him out with 100.
Oh, nice job right there. He struck him out twice. The pitch before looked like it was strike 3. Doesn't get the call. Bears down. Throws another quality pitch for the strikeout.
Here's the left fielder, Heriberto Hernandez. And that's a little bit high, and it's 1-0.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Henriquez measures 6 feet 4 inches, 23 years old, and he was born in Venezuela. The 1-2. Swing and a ground ball. Fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. And he'll reach second with 1 away.
Man, he just absolutely turned on that one, ripped it down the line. Nice job of staying in his mechanics.
One out, runner at second. Jacob Marcy, the next up for the Marlins. 1 for 3.
Ball 1.
One out, and a runner at second, and we're in the top half of the 6th.
Ball, that's outside.
Man at second. That
That's
one
ball
misses. 3-2 now.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Payoff pitch. That's smashed towards center. And there's 2 down.
Up next for the Marlins, first baseman Kyle Stowers.
It appears Dave Roberts is going to dig into his bullpen as he comes out of the dugout to make the change. Edgardo Henriquez gives way. It's a 3-run game, and we'll be back to tell you about the new arm in a minute. Jack Dreyer takes over on the mound.
Bringing in the lefty with the left-handed hitter coming up to hit. Classic bullpen move right here, so we'll see how it works out.
And at the plate for Miami, Kyle Stowers. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. Runner at second, 2 down. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Can't connect on the curveball, struck him out. Marlins lead 1, but they lead it 4-1. Back here at Chavez Ravine, bottom of the 6th inning, Shohei Ohtani steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Nope. Outside. Ball. That's out.
And a slider misses down and away.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
Swing and a miss. And now 3-1. That one misses.
Ball.
So a leadoff walk.
His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Next to the dish is Freddie.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ballgame.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. Bangs off the wall. Here's Ohtani flying around third. And they cut the lead to 2.
Well, that gets him a little closer in this one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And now Teoscar Hernandez. Yo one. That's through there for a strike. The Dodgers with the tying run at the plate here in the bottom of the 6th.
That's a really good take.
Double-barreled action in the bullpen. Calvin Fauché, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Nardi also getting ready. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's one away.
Up next for the Dodgers, center fielder.
So now with one away and a man at second. And now here is Andy Pajas, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
Nope.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, right fielder Kyle Tucker.
So here's Kyle Tucker now. He's already homered in this game. This one in the air, center field. Marcy under it. And that will end the inning. Dodgers with a run scoring double. It's now 4-2. We go to the top of the 7th. And now for the Marlins, Otto Lopez. There's the strike. Yeah, that's fouled off. Got him. One gone here. Lopez thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge. So the call will stand. So that removes their last challenge. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Xavier Edwards. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. And that is out of play. That's to third. Throw on to Freeman, and 2 away to start the 7th.
Up next for the Marlins, catcher Liam Hicks.
2 down, bases empty. Liam Hicks, the next to hit. 0 for 3 in this one.
Hey!
And a big swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Been a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down 2 could give their lineup a real opportunity to just grind their way back into this game with the few outs that they have left.
And that one finds its way through. And that keeps the inning going.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just one of those seeing eye base hits through the infield. He just kind of rolled over on it a little bit, but sometimes those can find a hole and get you a knock.
Now it's the right fielder, Owen Casey.
Hey!
Hicks, the runner at first with 2 gone. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off.
And that is downstairs. 2-2. Next offering is downstairs.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Three-two. And a swing and a miss. That K is his 3rd of the game. 1 hit, 1 left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. It's the Marlins 4 and the Dodgers 2.
Now pitching for Miami,
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Calvin Fauché.
These are the spots relievers really make a name for themselves. Late and close. There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Here's the second baseman, Miguel Rojas.
Ball.
On the ground to third. And they get the leadoff hitter in the 7th.
If you want to be a great defense, you have to deliver consistently. It doesn't matter how many highlight reel plays you make if you can't execute the small stuff, just like we saw.
And up next for Los Angeles, Dalton Rushing.
Hey! Ball, that's out.
The Fish leading by 2 here at the bottom of the 7th. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. That one just missing inside. Ball 2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. 2 down.
Up next for the Dodgers, third baseman.
So digging in, Santiago Espinal. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. That is the inning. Dodgers go down quietly. They trail it here 4-2. Back here in LA, their offense has produced a lot of hits so far, as we see from the spray chart.
Yeah, when a team has this many knocks, a lot of the time it gets clustered to one side or another. Not today. They're hitting it all over the field.
In for a strike. It's 0-1. Ground ball up the middle into the outfield. Base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Up next for the Marlins.
And up next for Miami, Graham Pauley. That one missed. And that's a little bit high. 2 balls, no strikes. Norby on at first, nobody out. Got the bat going too soon, and strike 2.
The pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge, just changing planes, and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
And that's ruled a swing. It's a strikeout. Now the left fielder, Heriberto Hernandez. Hey! Swing and a miss as he was late.
Don't play situation here. He's been working up in the zone. Typically, you look for guys to get that ground ball. See if he adjusts on this next pitch.
Next one just misses. Now 1-2.
Very close pitch there, and that was a big one. Clearly, he thought he got the inside corner on the mound, and he's showing his frustration a little bit.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Throws to second. Not going to get him. He's in there.
For the Marlins, center fielder, Jacob Marcy.
So back to the top of the order. Now it's the Marlins leadoff hitter, Jacob Marcy. 1 for 4 with a double. Flips the corner. 0-1. Runner at second, 2 down, and we're in the top of the 8th. Strike 2.
Well, you can't expect to get a great pitch to hit with an open base and a runner on second. He's going to have to really tighten up his sights here, make sure that he can barrel up the ball.
The 0-2. And that misses off the outside edge.
Really good slider. He's up there just hoping that it ends up off the plate away. He's just missing with some pitches that, I mean, they're not strikes, and that's what you think, oh, good pitch is a strike, but So many times pitchers are trying to tease the zone, and the last two pitches that he's thrown, good pitches, but even better takes.
Man on second, 2 down. On the ground to the left. And foul ball. Got him looking for the strikeout. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game. One left for Miami as they can't add to their 4-2 lead.
Now pitching for
Back
Miami.
now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th. Andrew Nardi. He's pitching on 2 days rest. Hesung Kim steps to the plate for the Dodgers.
Shortstop, Hesung Kim.
Lead off at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Foul ball there.
Ball.
Miami's bullpen with some action. Pete Fairbanks, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Fastball is outside. Swing and a miss, struck him out.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach when you can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Back to the top of the order now. Here's Ohtani. Not your prototypical leadoff guy. Gets on base, yes, but also some power. This one ripped, but foul to the right. And the lefty with the 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Lefty continues to work, but the closer getting loose in the bullpen. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen throwing beat.
Very strong coming out of the pen so far as he punches out the first 2 batters he's faced in this one, keeping straight to work. Man, it's talked about a lot, but relievers are just so electric these days. These aren't fun at bats if you're a hitter, and I'm so glad I'm retired.
Freddie Freeman up to the dish.
Drove it off the wall last time, just missed out on a home run.
Hey.
Two down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. In the air, left field. And that's the inning. Nothing doing here this half. Through 8 full, it's the Marlins 4 and the Dodgers 2.
Now pitching for
We're back. It's the top of the 9th, and there's a new pitcher on the mound, number 70.
Well, you see the ERA very solid, and that doesn't always tell you the whole story, but he's been really good so far this year.
Now the number 2 hitter, Kyle Stowers.
Struck out on just 3 pitches last time.
And that's through there for a strike. And it's 0-1. Popped up to the left into foul ground. And a quick out, number one.
Up next for the Marlins, shortstop Otto
Digging
Lopez.
in, Otto Lopez.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. And the call stands. It was for them now.
Hey.
The 1-2. Hit on the ground to the right side. Takes it himself. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 9th. Running out of chances to pad the lead.
For the Marlins, second baseman Xavier Edwards.
Xavier Edwards, the next up for the Marlins. A switch hitter batting right. Top of the 9th. He swings and fouls one off.
Well, they gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
That's foul off to the right side. Keeps the AB going. Foul ball, still 0-2. 2 down, nobody on. And he hits a ground ball right side. Rojas. And the inning is over. Nothing doing for the Marlins, but they still lead this one 4-2.
Now pitching for
Welcome
Miami,
back,
number
and here comes the
49.
closer, Pete Fairbanks.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with a W.
3-4-5 due up for the home team. Here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Now, Boog, this is a real tough place for visiting teams to come in and close out ball games for a win.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
Ball.
Fairbanks measures 6 feet 6 inches. He features a 4-seam fastball, a slider, a changeup, and occasionally uses a cutter.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Struck him out swinging. A huge out to start the bottom of the 9th.
Well, that right there is what you want to see out of your closer. Come in and close the door, cancel any hope that that opponent has in making some type of comeback in the ball game. Tell you what, that helps him settle in, and that helps everybody else relax a little bit to get these other 2 outs.
Pajes in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. Right through there for a strike.
Just amazing to me how many closers and back-end relievers just throw absolute gas these days. I never would have had a chance.
Nope.
Swings through it for the K. Just 1 out remaining for the Dodgers.
This is definitely what a team likes to see out of their closer. Come in and just destroy all hope. First 2 batters, 2 strikeouts. See if he can strike out the side.
Tucker in the box now as he leaves that one up high. In the air, left field, down the line. And that drops foul. Just missed. Off the mark there. 3-1 now.
Pressure mountain right here with the tying run and the on-deck circle. He's got to find the strike zone.
Next offering is fouled back. One strike away. And that one hammered. That's back. That's down. One hops off the wall. Into second, and he's got a double.
That's tremendous fight from him, and I know it's got the dugout fired up down there. Down to the last strike, and he comes up with a hit to keep the game alive. It ain't over yet.
Now a chance for Miguel Rojas. That clips the corner. The Dodgers with the tying run at the plate. And the home team trying to pull it out. Puts it in the air out towards left center. That's the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.